Belmont since I came in, and a little over 10 years ago, I stumbled to my first meeting, and I started getting there early because he and Chuck were always there early. And for that first 4, 5, 6 months, I'd get there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because I knew if I got there and I got inside that building, I could hang out with Belmont and I could hang out with Chuck, and I might be okay. And I was. Every time I sat down to talk to Belmont, like everybody's always said, he always, Glenn, how you doing? Man, it's good to see you. And if I didn't know somebody, he'd say, hey, Joey, I want you to meet Glenn. Glenn's one of the top 5 guys in the world. And I go, man, you gotta stop saying that. I'm not even near that list. Belmont was one of the top 5 guys in the world. He always cared about me. He was always positive. So those of you guys that kind of know what I did for a little while, work-wise, I get this crazy job that takes me out of the state. And then I come back, I have no car. And Belmont says, well, here's my van. What are you talking about? How are you going to get around? You don't worry about that. And he's very stern when you don't worry about that, Glenn. Here's the damn keys. You just use it as long as you need it. And bring it back with gas in it. So around that same time frame, my son's mom and I split up. And I don't think Zach's here. But for the first night or two, I stay at Zach's house. And out of the blue, I get this call from Richard. He says, what are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. He says, where are you staying? I said, well, I've been hanging out at Zach's house the last couple of days. He says, well, what are you going to do? I don't know. I got a couple of bucks in my pocket. I'll figure something out. And at that time, he changed the name. And he said, I know what you're doing. You're coming over to me and Stacy's house because we have the Glenn Fulbright suite available for you. I think I stayed there a couple times on one of those trips back from Alaska or Wake Island. What are you doing? I'm going to hang out for a while. No, you're not. You're coming over here to the Glenn. Well, it was the Brad Clark suite last week. Now it's the Glenn Fulbright suite. Richard was always positive. He was always encouraging. Even those first few months, and there's a lot of you guys in the room that were around 10 years ago. And this part was true 10 years ago. I didn't want any friends. I wanted you to leave me the F alone. And I was just going to figure something out. But stop hugging me. Stop saying hi to me. Stop shaking my hand. And I'd walk into a meeting, and the meeting hadn't started yet. There's 15, 20 people in there, and I'm going to walk in. I'm going to get over there, and I'm going to sit down. And out of the corner, I'd hear Belmont go, hey, Glenn, good to see you. And I'd look back at him and kind of give him the evil eye. And through the years, we joke about that. He'd go, you remember when you were brand new and you came in, and I'd call you out like that. He says, gosh, that was hilarious. Just to see you cringe and go, oh no, I don't want anybody to see me. Every time I talked with Richard, he talked about how much he loved Stacy, and it's the truth, every time, and how much he loved his family, his parents, his sister, what he had done for a living, and how much all that meant to him. One story, and then I'll be done. I don't know, maybe I'm a year sober, whatever it was. Somebody invites me to go golfing at Turkey Creek. And it's me and somebody in a cart, and Belmont and somebody else in a cart. I don't know where we're at, but we're on one of those stinking long holes. And I shank one into it's always slices right. And I hear, 250! A couple minutes later, I hit another one, and it goes to the right. $5! Next one I hit 750, and now I finally recognize it's Belmont's voice, and he's there, back in the car. Belmont, what are you doing? Come on, I'm just keeping track of how much money you're losing every time you hit a ball. And his humor was not disparaging. It wasn't critical. It was fun-loving and encouraging. He always wanted to make me feel part of, and I always felt part of when I was around Richard. I love him, and I'll admit, like you guys have all said, he's right here. I love what you read out of the Bible. I love those verses. He's prepared to when Richard's in that right now, hanging out and smiling at everything and everybody. And I'll give this back to whoever. Thank you.